Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
Hey there guys, this is Molorian, and this will be 4 games from the Steamroller I just went to in Calgary, the Sentry Box. This is a regular Steamroller, but it used ADR. It's also the last one before the Alberta War Machine Invitational, like GrotzCon, so I decided to have some fun. And a lot of these games, though, turned out to be fairly straightforward, so I decided to put them all together. So if you're wondering why this video is a little bit longer, it's because it's 4 battle reports. So in this, I'm trying out 2 things. I'm trying out Thexus with a little bit more of a shooty element, and I'm trying out Fiona with, well, also in the shooty element, I should say I have the bloat thralls in there and Mobius, and with Fiona, I am having things like River Raiders and Buccaneers with her, and it should be fun. So in this first one here, I am going to go with Thexus, and since I'm up against Trolls, I decided to stay with my Cutthroats. Here's his list here. It is a Doomy 3 one. He is very quickly trying to get it painted for next weekend. We'll see if he gets it done in time. But yeah, he doesn't run the Glacier King. He runs with Mulg, a Mauler, and also the Axer and Pyre Troll. And yeah, this is something I think that I can handle, either by shooting things down, rampaging things away. You know, he does have the one spell where I can't push him or place him or anything like that, but I can rampager him, which is pretty key. Alright, so in this first setup here, we're going with the 2 zones here, and basically what my plan is with this is that I want to go up, I want to shoot down those fire eaters, I want to kind of keep my distance, wait for those little burrowers to pop up, deal with them, and then with his heavies, you know, oh, it's going to be tough. I can rampage with the Mauler, and I can hopefully kill the Mauler with Adrenal Floods. Maul will be more of a problem, but if I can use my Wrecker to kill Mauler, then I'm in a good spot. But we'll see what happens. So he had first turn, and he really surprised me because everything shifts to the left side. I mean, look at this. It really all comes over here, with only the burrowers kind of being on the right side. So as soon as I saw this, I thought, you know what? I'm going for scenario. I know sometimes Brian, my opponent here, doesn't look so much on scenario, so I'm going to be going to try and focus on the right zone. But in order to do that, I need to kind of weaken things here on the left. Now, one of the things I kind of thought of doing is right away trying to do this little trick here with the Cutthroats, where I'm going to rampager up the one Mauler and then turn around with TK, or also I could just do that with the Rampager, and then shoot him in the back with the Cutthroats with 46 dice, and if I could take out a heavy right away that fast, that'd be amazing. So this was kind of an epic fail. I came up here, I popped my feet, didn't really do too much, but I did move up his Mauler. I then went through and I did a TK through my one Wrecker. I also kind of decided that since he was already far enough, I didn't need a Rampager, and then I went up there to shoot him. And here's the problem, guys. He was still in range of the stone, and because it's a tier list, he also had +2 armor for that, so I was trying to shoot at armor 22, and that was just a dumb idea. Dice minus 12, I did almost no damage whatsoever, and I basically just made a Mauler closer to me. So a huge fail, and I'm just hoping I can come back from this. And the things that make this worse is that he puts Rush onto the Mauler, so he has the speed to just walk over, and it just comes over here and kills my Wrecker. And things are just spiraling out of control at this point. So after his turn, it looks like this. Of course, his Fire Eaters came up. They got lit on fire by the Pyre Troll. They start spraying a bunch of things down. I mean, at this point, the Cutthroats don't really matter. But Mulg now switching over to the right zone really isn't what I want to see. I really need to try and save my Wrecker, or sorry, the Warden, because the only way I can move him now is going to be with the throw, but I got to deal with this Mauler, and so it's a hard thing wondering if I should like just run away or if I should try and Rampager him or something, but yeah, this is just really bad. So in the end, I decide to do this. I do decide to not run. I Rampager the Mauler away. I go up and I do a bunch of sprays and stuff against his Fire Eaters, but he makes some Tufts, and you know, since they're stable, it pretty much does nothing. Only end up killing one of them. That's kind of sad. Otherwise, I get a lot of stuff in between me and Mulg, and I'm going to score 1 point here on the right, but yeah, I'm just going to hope that things work out. So on his turn, I get a piece of luck where the Mauler actually frenzies and comes over here and kills a Fire Eater, so that's pretty awesome. Plus, the Burrowers, a whole bunch of them went after the Bloat Thraldos here and exploded, killing half the unit, which was awesome. So, I mean, one of the best things the Bloat Thrall did was kind of die, but kind of cool to see this happen. But in the end, it wasn't enough. Mauled with Goad is just way too scary. Kills a couple of guys after he sprays a bunch over here to try and make things a little bit easier. Plus, of course, the Burrowers also cleared some key models. Maul gets to me and finishes me off. I forgot to mention that actually when the Mauler was going after the Wrecker, it actually finished it off by doing his chain attack throw at Thexus and doing like 7 damage to him already. So yeah, this really didn't go well. I really feel that if I would have rampagered the Mauler away and then kind of really worked on that right zone, I could have made this work. So I'd love to have a rematch of this, but hey, what can I say? Brian is a really strong opponent, and the fact that I died to a Maul Goad is something that'd be totally within the probability of the result. So there's one game down, and so far I'm 0-1, which isn't really the best. All right, so we're on to game 2. I'm going with Fiona, and I have all these Buccaneers and all this AD, including my River Raiders. And I'm going to be up against Justin and his Signar here. Now, he's running Striker 1, and he openly admits, hey man, I'm basically here for fun. I've barely played any games. Let's just kind of see how it goes. So, you know, this might be a little slow pitch, and he openly said it. But again, I don't want to screw around here. I want to make sure I don't kind of like ignore things and then also end up dead. But yeah, the plan is going to be here is to run up and jam. If I can score in the center zone, great. But otherwise, whichever way the storm wall goes, I'll run to the other flag. So he wins the initiative, and he takes it, and he goes up there, getting a Lancer into the zone right away. So all of a sudden, I'm kind of wondering, like, okay, maybe he's realizing you got to watch the zone. The Storm Wall didn't run up, but I did get Arcane Shield, so of course, that thing's going to be a little bit hard to deal with. On my turn, it is just run, because I have the Cultist Cannon there. I have 8 focus, all 8 Buccaneers get to run up. They're going to be the second wave, and yeah, dudes for days. And all of a sudden, my opponent's already saying, like, wow, that's a lot of stuff to deal with. So on his turn, he actually does okay. You know, the Stormblades kind of come in here. They kill a few guys on the left. Between gun mages and stuff, they kill some guys. And I was also kind of wondering at this point if maybe I should have popped my feet first turn, although it probably wouldn't have done anything. I mean, I would have to charge up farther and put myself in a lot of danger, so it's probably not bad I didn't. He also went and arced through the Lancer, and it knocked down a bunch of my other stuff. So yeah, I have some issues, but there is currently nothing in the zone. So I'm going to try here and already try and, you know, get some points, which would be pretty awesome. So on my turn here, I come up and I kill a bunch of the Stormblades on the right. On the left, I run up and engage all those gun mages with the River Raiders. They're perfect for that. Otherwise, I'm starting to get into the Lancer, doing a little bit of damage. But the big thing that I just could not do is destroy the objective. I started to shoot some magic at it with Fiona and made some charges on it, and the dice just weren't worth me. Plus, I realized after how dumb I was, where after I failed, I wasn't even with Fiona in the zone. So I wouldn't have dominated anyway, but at least it would have been nice to be at 2 points. But either way, I did pop my feet right now, so he's going to have it pretty hard to kill anything that's here on the right, where I need to really fortify myself. So he does his best to kind of work around and kill some things, but he gets it's a little bit unlucky where he puts the storm wall is still barely within my feet range, so it basically does nothing. Yeah, the gun mages are tied up, the Stormblades are trying to do some stuff, shoot some things down with the charger, but again, when your storm wall is -1 dice to hit and -1 dice for damage, it really can't do all that much. So now this is great. I've only lost a few models, and now I'm definitely going to need to go and try and finish off the objective and get this scenario thing going. And so on my turn, I basically just get up there, destroy the objective, kill the Stormblades, and then just run things in. Just trying to tie things up. You know, at this point here, I now have Fiona in the zone, so I got 1 for destroying the objective, 2 for dominating. I'm at 3 points. If he gets nothing in the zone, he just loses. And after I do this, he kind of looks at me and says, you know what, I'm not going to get anything there. So, you know, we kind of like shake hands. He doesn't really even take his turn, and so I just dominate on his turn and win by scenario. So again, I mean, this is a reason why I didn't want to make this a report on its own. It's just, hey, I lost first round. On the second round, I'm up against a guy who's just, you know, really brand new to the game and just here for some fun. So hopefully he didn't find this too discouraging. I mean, sometimes you have a wave of rats coming at you. It can be kind of daunting. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, Justin, if you're watching this, keep at it, and I'm sure Signar will treat you well. All right, we're going on to game 3, and we're going with Fiona again, but this time we're going to be up against some harder targets I'm going to need to kill. So I actually used the ADR rules to, first of all, take out 6 of the Buccaneers to put in the Galleon, and I've also taken out Hawk to put in Orin. And that's because on the other side, I'm actually up against Mortenebra. This guy's name was Neil, and that's one of the great things about this event here in Calgary. I got to play against a bunch of people I never get to normally play against. But anyway, he has a little bit of a different Mortenebra list than I normally see, and that's actually a kind of a false term even right there, because I almost never face Mortenebra. I think I've faced it twice. Both times it usually has like Deathjack and Nightmare and stuff like that. This one's a mix of crazy jacks. I mean, the thing about Crix is that you never get to see these jacks because they never take these other heavies. So this is going to be interesting. Like, I know like the Cankerworm has like armor pierce and stuff, but my plan again is just to get up there to jam whatever jacks get into the zone. I'll go and kill them with the Galleon, and definitely going for the scenario here. And luckily, I also win first turn. So I get up there, and since I don't have a bunch of Buccaneers to run, I get Talagesh Mark there onto that one Kayazi. So he's basically an arc node. And then through him, I put Roth's Mercy onto the middle Pressgangers. That basically means that when you kill one, I can make somebody die instead, like the Menoth Errants. And yeah, just getting up the board. Otherwise, on his turn, he comes up, he tries shooting up like an AoE at me to try and do some damage, but nothing really happens there. So at this point, it's great. You know, I'm going to be trying just to get all over him. My biggest threat is the Siren on the left that has Pathfinder and is speed 7, so it can pretty easily run around and get in. So I'm going to have to be very careful to try and trap it. And I also need Orin to get up there and start doing some null magic to shut everything down. I'd love for the Galleon to get up there and actually start killing some things, but I really don't think it can. You know, I just don't have any range boosters, and I don't want to risk any AoEs killing my stuff. So basically this looks like after my turn, and yeah, I don't really like kill very much. I do charge in and kill like a few Banes and stuff, but really nothing too serious. Otherwise, here on the left, you can see how I'm very making sure that I'm have this little ring around the zone so that she can't run around and get in. I mean, I'm sure they could still make it happen, and so that's why Fiona way back here popped feet. I really don't know if that was the right thing to do. I think I should have saved it a turn or got Fiona further up. But the thing about Mortenebra is that she can get onto you. You know, if she gets her spells off, one guy kills a guy, so another jack moves up, and all of a sudden you're getting charged from crazy angles you didn't expect. And so I'm really respecting Mortenebra and staying back and just kind of popping this feat extremely defensively to the point that it's probably overkill. So on his turn, he tries to kill the best he can. Again, Roth's Mercy on those Pressgangers was gold, where they try and kill the ones that they like to try and sneak things through. And I say, nope, this guy's going to die instead. So that worked out fantastic. Another lifesaver here was the fact when both Sirens tried to spray me, they ended up both being just within my 12-inch range. So that really shut them down. And I mean, -2 sprays is a great thing to happen here. And then otherwise, yeah, I mean, my Pressgangers did fail a leadership test after they did get kind of slaughtered, but all of a sudden now I'm going to be dominating my zone on his turn, so I'm already up at 1-0, and looking at this now, I know I'll be getting another point, and I think I could go and kill one of his jacks as well. Unfortunately, though, when I come over here to kill a jack, I kind of had to choose between the Cankerworm and that other crazy jack there on the right. The one that actually is painted. And I start shooting my little shoulder cannons at it, do some good damage, shoot it with the trident, and I failed to damage it. I'm like at dice -4 or something, and yeah, failed to damage it. So since that happened, I don't drag it in, and I'm standing here like an idiot. So I do recover, though. I run over my 2 Buccaneers. They're jamming things in. I kill off the Siren on the left. I throw as many things I can in his way. One of the things I did stupid, though, is that I almost activated Orin too early, where I was going to do Null Zone. I was like, no, not yet, because I want to get my Kayazi, who pop their mini feet so they can charge through models, get them up there, and then the one I arced through with Fiona to kill off the little Scarlock attachment of Mortenebra, which is going to make things a lot more difficult for her. And then I was supposed to move up Orin and do Null Zone again, but I forgot. So that was kind of dumb. So now Mortenebra will be able to cast all her fun spells again. I do dominate on my turn, so now it is 2-0, but hopefully I don't get too much of a beating here. I did let Roth's Mercy drop because I have so few, and they did rally, but yeah, there you go. So on his turn, he makes a big play to try and take out my Galleon, but it actually just doesn't really work. He tries to try and clear things up so that the remainder of the Banes can charge in here and get some on me, but one of the things that really saved me was actually having this Buccaneer here. He really looked at it, and it's supposed to be a little bit more twisted, but yeah, basically if you want to go after my Galleon, he had to be taking free strikes, and after he thought about it, he was like, no, I just can't do it. So only one Bane actually went after my Galleon, and then the Canker went in, and it actually did some really good damage, but of course the Galleon's still here. So otherwise it looks like this. He did kill a whole bunch of guys. This is actually her feet turn, so he's getting to re-roll all this stuff, but even after that and killing so many guys, nothing gets into my zone again, so I'm now going to be at 3 points, and all I need to do is stay in the zone, destroy the objective, and I win on scenario. And that's really what I do. I don't bother doing anything else. Allocate 3, turn around with the Galleon, stab, 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 and down it goes. So this is a second game where I kind of felt like I kind of messed up on Fiona's feet, and I could have used it a lot better, which is sad because that's her best thing about her, is her feet is freaking amazing. I guess her spells are amazing too, but yeah, good to see that actually this list is working out fairly well. So going into the last game here, and I want to play each of my lists twice, plus I felt this was the good drop here anyway, so it all worked out, and I'm coming back to my Thexus. But this time here, I'm up against Legion, and this is going to be a guy named Michael, and this time with the ADR, what I decided to do is I dropped out the Cutthroats because I'm up against Lilith too, so I'm not going to see anything anyway, and I put in the Nis Hunters. They're not going to see anything anyway, but hey, they're better at charging in and jamming and stuff like that. And to be honest, this is something I really feel is a match in my favor. If he ever tries to go after my caster, I just dump it off. I have everything here with tough. I'm just getting in there, swarm, and go for scenario. So I did actually miss the first picture of deployment. This is after my first turn. So you can kind of see here where I'm running things up. The bile thralls, or bloat thralls rather, aren't going to really do anything, but I do get deceleration up, and that's about it. So on his turn, really crappy picture here, but basically the Ravagore scatters, he tries to shoot at me, deceleration makes me basically armor 17, so the one that he actually breaks that with, I tough, and that's about it. Alright, back to a good looking picture now. This is where I just now get into him. So I could have actually gone with Thexus and put myself on the flag, but Zerial was just a little bit too close, so I didn't want to try and gamble with that. So I'm really just trying to get in there. Things just run up there. I tie up a few things, and I'm just trying to making it so that I know he's going to come in and feet now and kill off a bunch of my guys, but then the Wrecker's going to go in, do some real damage. I'm going to be starting going on a flag. The rest of the stuff will jam, and yeah, good things will happen for me. So his next turn is his feet. He does kill a bunch of things. Tufts go okay for me. The bolt thrower actually did fairly well, where it shot and knocked down both of my monstrosities, so that's kind of annoying. But otherwise, yeah, he does, out of spite, decide to go and shoot and kill Mobius, just because he wants to add it to his trophy rack, I guess. But yeah, as you can see here, there's a big huge swath of infantry that's either dead or on fire, so that's, you know, not good. But now that Wrecker is going to go in there, kill Zerial, and everything else is going to jam back in. And I probably could even, if I really wanted to, score on the left flag, but it might take a little bit too much focus to make that happen. Especially because one of the things that happened is that I only have 2 agitators in this list, and the right one died to fire. So whereas the left agitator could have just ran to the flag, I had to just kind of come up here and instigate anyway. As well, one of the things that kind of was a derp on my part is that Thexus comes up and he feats and he moves things around. I go then to go and TK his Zero around, and I forgot that he had stealth. You know, I don't know why that happened, but it was a waste. Still, I'm only needing 5s to hit, so I go in with the Wrecker, but I missed the second attack, so I didn't get a chain attack. I had to use 1 to shake anyway. You know, out of the 2 remaining bot attacks, I missed one of those as well. So Zero is really, really damaged, but he's still there, which doesn't make me happy. Otherwise, I do go up and I kill the Naga on the left. I kill a whole bunch of his Rangers, his Striders, and stuff like that. Everything's tied up, and I am now at 1 point, and we'll see what he does next. And so what he tries to do here is actually go and put Thexus on fire. He frees up his Ravagore and takes a shot at the Warden, which was too close to Thexus there. So that's going to be doing a little bit of damage there to the Warden. Also, Thexus is on fire and pretty hurt now. He's about half dead, which is kind of scary. Also kills off a few guys. It's kind of funny. He comes up here with the Forsaken on the left, explodes, and normally when that happens, lots of things die, but it's only POW 8, so he's actually needing 8 to kill, so I don't think it killed any of my guys at all on the left, and yeah, it's still now going to be just continuing the cleanup. And he got nothing by the flag, so I go and I dominate again for 1 more point. So I'm now at 2 points. So on my turn, basically, I have Bloat Thrall run to the flag. Another Bloat Thrall shoots at a Succubus. It scatters over and actually hits 2 of my Nis, who are now corroded and knocked down because they toughed. But yeah, because of Adrenaline Floods on the left, I kill off Maximus and I kill off the Forsaken. I'm able to kill off Zerial just with the Nis Hunters. Also, I'm able to kill off the Ravagore with the Wrecker. And so now I'm up at 4 points. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely over at this point. And so he does have 1 more turn where Lilith comes around and he tries to shoot down a few more things for points. But yeah, I just score again on either flag and I win on his turn and win by scenario. So there you go, guys. There's, like I said, 4 fast battle reports that I felt were pretty straightforward, so I kind of lumped them all together. So ending the tournament, 3 wins to 1 loss, but I am going to have a final thoughts video where I'm going to talk about the new units I used and also my thoughts on the ADR. So yeah, maybe we'll catch you guys there. But if you have any thoughts on the games I played or my lists or my ADR decisions, I'd love to hear those, so post them down below, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.